Jan Matthews Hodges' pound cake recipe is a bona fide economic development tool in the Johnston County town of Benson. What began as a seasonal side job is now a commercial operation that's given new life to a closed-down public school and new jobs for the area. Kelly McCullen traveled to Benson to learn more.
Jan Matthews Hodges says making the perfect pound cake requires only 4 ingredients and 4 hours in the kitchen. It's how you mix those ingredients that makes Jan's pound cakes championship caliber.
The perfect pound cake is eggs, butter, sugar, and flour. We do not tell how we mix it. That's the secret.
Jan says she tweaked her pound cake recipe over the years, hoping to find perfection, and for all the trials, she actually stumbled upon her secret recipe through an error.
It was a mistake.
You made a mistake, and that became your prize pound.
That became the cake that won the Best of Show and the blue ribbon at the state fair.
Jan's error has earned multiple state fair ribbons, Jan's picture on magazines, and sparked the Benson-based pound cake company.
It's just a tiny mistake, but it threw it over the edge so that it had a different taste.
That tiny mistake is the big secret Jan won't reveal.
The way you incorporate the flour is not the normal recipe.
And that's the secret. You dare anybody to make a better pound cake than you using the same 4 ingredients, and you'll give them that.
Yes, absolutely.
When you discuss pound cakes face-to-face with Jan Matthews Hodges, you get the sense she's not afraid of pound cake baking challengers.
Do you expect people to buy it and then try to rip you off?
I guess that people have tried because they tell me they try, and they can't copy it. And it is in the way that we mix it. It is unusual, and I haven't seen it copied anywhere else.
The pound cake company's success allowed Jan to quit her career as a legal assistant to an attorney and become a full-time baker. Her business partner is her old boss.
I heard her talk about this thing for a long time, you know. We're in the law office in Raleigh, and I knew she was doing this and entering it into the fair and changing it and spending 12 years getting it right.
The pound cake company operates from a once-abandoned elementary school sitting in a low-income part of Benson. It opened there by design.
We have access to people who need jobs, who are capable of doing the type jobs that we have, and there are just so many individuals looking for employment.
Jan's pound cake recipe and a deal with Fresh Market grocery stores have created local jobs for people trying to pull themselves up.
One of the best pound cakes I had, not just because I cooked.
Donnell Handy says he worked in a bakery back in the early 1980s. These days, he's baking the pound cakes for the pound cake company.
Because I've seen a lot of people try to cook it, but couldn't. And I come from a large family. My mother taught us how to take care of herself, and cooking is just something that I do.
He had the knack to bake because obviously this is weighed very carefully, and he had it. We have had many who could not bake the cake, but Donnell had it.
The bakery employs other workers who fill orders for hand-tied breads that are sold as garlic knots. Pound cake company co-owner Bobby Jenkins says machines have never really matched the human touch for tying dough.
This is not high-tech work. It's good work, it's solid work, but it's not high-tech work. But it can provide a base of jobs for folks who don't have high-tech skills.
I walked up here one day and told I wanted to work.
William Douglas simply asked to help out around the bakery.
Told I wanted to work.
Jan told him.
Come back the next day at 9 o'clock, and I was here at 8:55.
Many pound cake company employees apply for a job the very same way. They simply walk in the door and ask, like this high school student who wants a part-time job.
Why don't you stop back by on Tuesday and let us show you what we are looking for? You want to try that? Have you ever worked in a restaurant or bakery before? Okay.
No application or resume required if Jan approves.
He's coming back next Tuesday, and I told him we would let him try out this process and see if he likes it, and if he can get up to speed, we would use him. If they're that small, we need to get them out of this batch.
Jan says her market is growing and she's planning an expansion. She'll also keep trying to give people a chance at working using time-honored skills that technology can't replace.
This is like a dying art. You're doing it with your hands. This is a dying art.
You can buy Pound Cake Company pound cakes at Fresh Market grocery stores. Visit the company in Benson or go online. The web address is thebestcake.com. You'll find a link on our site at unctv.org/ncnow. Just follow the web links icon.